Yeah. Like, no one stands with their arms, like, tucked in like that behind their boobs.
Do you think she always just pushes her arms as far back as possible?
Oh, yeah.
Just so she can extend her
like, her
chest
pose
more?
would still be really... I mean, look at her arms. Like, her pose would be really fucking weird.
Like, look at her from a side profile, be like, what?
What are you
What's
doing
going
with your
on
body?
there? You okay? You good? In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Well, okay.
Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but...
What
I'm
are
sweaty.
you saying? Yeah, you are. You sweaty little vixen, you. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here.
Oh, right here?
Right here. I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Ah! Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. I'm feeling a little freaked out. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. That's what I mean.
Uh-huh. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh man, did we just summon some kind of anime deity? What the fuck, dude? We just that's something ungodly just came from the great beyond. Jesus. Oh no, Angel, did you just do what I think you did? Damn it, I knew it.
I felt I was either too high or not high enough, so I went with not high enough.
God damn it. Let the record state I am not. That's all her. This is all her doing right now.
Yeah, that makes your behavior just as fucking
well, just tell me if I'm distracting you or anything.
I'm sorry,
Ohio, Ohio, Ohio.
No more. Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. I may be a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Here I am.
Hello?
So sorry. I was just bathing.
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... so stupid.
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching.
You're so close.
It feels like the sweat from her spits or something gross is happening in the vicinity. Left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here. Come closer.
This is gonna get fucked up, isn't it?
Something's gonna happen.
Something's gonna happen to this shit. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But, in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth from Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready? To turn the page.
Gomene. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Arigato. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri Burry. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
Huh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not.
Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that.
That's what you were talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her.
Something else?
Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So, I don't know why that even came into my head.
She's a Fuda, isn't she? Wait, that's you. Yuri, are you feeling all right there? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little...
My breathing.
Yep. Yuri puts her hands on her tits, as if to feel her tits.
I didn't even notice how big they were. Anyway, I'm
Fuck
fine.
the demon, you goddamn Satanist.
I will fuck the demon, don't worry.
I just need some water.
Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up, practically rushes out the door.
I gotta poop.
She's got to poop. What on earth was that about?
Bleeding plot. Did something just happen now?
I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess.
So you don't know anything?
Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her?
Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her.
No, nothing.
Don't worry, I believe you, silly.
I want one of these times when she, like, transitions to this picture right here. She just looks like a dragon. She's got, like, a dragon head. And, like, this is, like, her tail.
I want her to be in both states at the same time.
That's gonna happen.
Hopefully.
Or maybe, like, have this stay here, have a normal stay right here, so it looks like she's, like, dancing, the booty dancing with herself.
She's twerking.
Twerking with herself.
We're getting quotations.
Those are question marks, you silly.
Yeah, I'm dumb. Yuri just does this sometimes. Yuri just does this sometimes. So it's nothing alarming.
Alright, if you say so.
Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Start doing quotations.
That's pretty good.
I love you guys.
It's good when Chad actually does funny things.
Yeah, they're good.
Shouldn't we wait for Yuri?
Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd just get started without her. Is that okay?
Well, I guess taking a shit does take its time. I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book because, again, bookmarks for squares.
Don't exist.
Not my thing. Then slip it back into my bag. Dope. Let's do Natsuki.
Yes.
I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Huh? Bleeding Plut, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, get the fuck out of here. What? Harsh. What do you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid Baka-chan shit? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort into it. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Okay. Well, each their own, I guess. Anyway, I just gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. That's still the charming little poem it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks the writing is to be all like sophisticated and shit. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set it for a rhyme in the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment.
So, chat is saying that if you click skip at the bottom, it just skips all the stuff if nothing's changed. So use that information with what you will. What?
I did
So
it.
nothing changed.
I did it. I did it. Save then skip?
Now they're saying no, don't skip.
God damn it, Chad! There's no winning with them! Wait, where
Save
did
anyways.
saves go? They're gone.
It disappeared.
Oh, man.
Okay, no more
Chad.
skipping, I
No more
guess. They
skipping.
can't make up their mind.
Nope, Chad doesn't know what the fuck they want anymore.
No.
We were pretty much done with that anyway. There's like a few more lines.
Yeah, there was. Oh, hi, Bleeding Plut. Having a good time so far?
I'm afraid we can't skip this. Shit's gonna get wacky tobacky.
Oh, now we know what to expect.
Don't look at this button then. Just don't
Yeah, I
look.
guess.
Yeah.
Your line.
Yeah, it's my line.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better,
Yeah, could we have more pictures of hanging girls on the walls, please?
I'll work on that for you.
Thank you.
I'm also always listening.
All right, a little
Always.
weird.
Always listening.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? I'm always listening.
Oh,
Monica here.
hey.
Always listening.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much
Doesn't
better.
matter. I can hear your thoughts too.
Oh, that's weird. That's very strange that you can do
Monica
that.
here. Always listening.
Jesus, this is like a spooky radio. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Yes, you do. You have to.
Oh.
You have to.
Oh.
We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
Great job, Bleeding Blood. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep.
Are you saying that I'm not good enough?
You just look really shallow,
Oh,
like
okay.
really stupid.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, like a puddle, but like a really shallow puddle.
Damn, not bad, huh?
Like it rained, but it's been a little bit since it rained and the sun came out.
Not even worth just jumping in if you're a kid with
No,
rain boots.
I mean, you're not gonna get a splash out of that puddle.
Damn, that's oof. God damn, I'm really bad. Thanks.
Yeah,
Monica.
but still, I guess I underestimated you.
Yeah, you did. It's the easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low and stuff. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. This is literally me in a fucking to a T.
Oh no.
I am bleeding Plut in this situation right here. And
Yeah, I believe it. That's not very fair, Cryotic.
Shut the
Guy
fuck up.
playing with
Angel.
you. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism and death and destruction and
Hell yeah.
blood.
And
Sometimes I
Crimson,
feel-
don't forget that.
Crimson blood. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is totally detached from reality. I don't mean like it's a bad thing though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must really be starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly.
The voice really does not match the character. Incorrect! That matches perfectly. That's literally, whenever I close my eyes and imagine what that voice would sound like, and I open my eyes, I see this smiling at me. That's it. That's how that works.
Oh
Now
my
they know.
gosh. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time.
Suddenly, the door opens.
Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Huh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. I'm a little constipated. No need to apologize.
Jesus. Yuri enters the room. Toilet paper stuck to the bottom of her heel, leaving a tail behind. Constipation.
We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You know, it'd be creepy.
Hmm.
Just randomly, just like her arms just fell off.
Yeah, that
That'd be so creepy, right?
yeah,
They were just gone.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hope that doesn't happen.
Whoa.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Stop! You just said I hope that doesn't happen.
I'm just saying, I hope it doesn't happen.
So fucking concerned.
I hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't either because that's horrible.
Hey, did you see that poster in the back though?
Yeah, it's a fucking schedule crash! Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then. My favorite.
A hole in the wall where the men can see it all.
Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling, playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic, there must be a way out, it's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Doki, doki. So what'd you think?
Stop. Hold on. Give me a second.
I just tapped into my roots and remembered choir singing.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay.
What?
Nothing. Alright. So, what do you think?
Well, it's very, well, it's freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
You know what else can be really powerful, Monica?
What? Bleeding plot.
The option of skipping, but I will not, because it will just edge the chat on even more, those little cuckolds.
Whoa there.
What was the constipation behind this one?
You heard about that?
I did.
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An EpiPen.
Yeah, something like that.
No, it's not!
I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway. It's the music slowed. Just slightly.
Did it?
Yeah, it totally did. Like,
It
this
threw
is
you
not
off?
cool because you can't pick up on it as easily.
No, I can't.
Oh no. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point.
Did it actually, or are you just high?
Don't know! I am high, but like, it sounds just slightly slower.
Yeah?
No, you're gonna make me question everything! Oh no! They're saying it did. They're saying it did. It's just
Okay.
slightly slower.
Okay, so this is something only some people might notice then.
Yeah, it's definitely very, very slight.
Okay, it's very slight, like a 5%. Gotcha.
But like, even if you just listen to it, doesn't it just... It's a little bit slower.
I think I see what you mean,
Yeah.
but it could be just my placebo effect.
Yeah, true.
Who knows?
Okay. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Signing off.
Bye. Time to talk to the boo. As Yuri reads my poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Eh? What was that?
This is the best fucking thing I've ever read.
Oh.
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri fist first covers her mouth, but
Yuri
then
fists
ends
her
up
mouth.
covering her whole face.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong there, Yuri.
That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time. Really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Nani? Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse for being such a...
What?
Who knows? She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that's usually typical of new writers. And I have been through that myself. I kind of learned to pick up on them. And I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.